Today's topic is 3 steps to feminine time management. And what I mean by that is a set of tools to help you manage your time so that you can actually get to the front side of your schedule. What I'm committed to on your behalf is you having the focus, the presence, the wisdom, and the tools to really walk through your day present, grounded, able to be efficient, serve your clients, make great money, but not lose yourself in the process. Whether you want to have a schedule where you work 12 days a month, whether you want to have a schedule where you work only in the mornings so that you can be with your kids in the afternoon, whether you want to have a schedule where you just work a couple days a week, whatever that dream schedule is, let's help you get clear on how you could start to achieve that, because it takes a lot to run a company, and it takes a lot to do the things that you're doing to build your business. It takes a lot to really have to flex the risk-taking muscles, the visibility muscles, the how do I market myself muscles. There are so many things that you're learning at once in order to grow a business, which is why it's so important that you have structure, that you have mentorship, that you have community, because without those things, it's like having to learn 10 foreign languages at once. So here's the thing, you have a big mission and you're moving really fast, and you've got to give yourself time to sustain that schedule. So I want to dive in and get you the first tool to really managing your time from a feminine place. And that is to write this down. Don't keep anything in your head. Okay, when you try to keep to-do lists and details in your head, when you find yourself spouting off in your head about all of the things that you should be doing to grow your business, we've got to get a handle on that one inside of you that spins out. And it's actually one of the biggest problems my clients come to me and tell me is going on. And I see entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs that are in their first couple years of business getting caught in this spin cycle all the time. I think it's one of the biggest things that we're up against is the spinning that can happen, because there simply are so many things that you could be doing to grow your business. And you've got to actually get a handle on what is the actual plan? What are you actually doing? What is the proven method that you can emulate, right? We like to say, write this down, imitate before you innovate, right? Learn from somebody who has accomplished and achieved what you want to accomplish and achieve. And absolutely then bring the innovation, bring your authenticity, but don't try to reinvent the wheel. So when those to-do lists start running in your head, or the details, or the you should do this and you should do that, I'm going to invite you to get a hold of that and then to actually start to write it down. I make lists in my phone. I put things straight into my schedule. So when I think of something that I have to do, I literally just open up my calendar and I plug it straight into my calendar. I love my paper calendar. I still make to-do lists in my paper calendar. I love these calendars where you can see one whole week at a time. Pen to paper can still be a wonderful way to supplement this calendar. I still have all my appointments in here, and I like to have some to-do lists in here because sometimes I'm out and about. This is in my purse. I don't carry my paper schedule with me. What this allows me to do is it allows me to walk through my life always feeling like there's space for what's on my to-do list. Now, this is going to take you a little bit of extra time, but trust me when I say it'll take you a couple of weeks to get used to it, and it is so worth it. So that brings me to step number 2. There's a quote that says, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Here's the thing, we've got to learn to keep regular work hours. And I know for you women, it can be really hard to set regular work hours. Right? We like to be organic. We like to be spacious. And here's what I want to say. It doesn't mean that we have to keep those hours every single day, but any kind of efficiency and greatness is created within a container. Can you feel it? It's why being in a loving relationship feels so good. It's why having those loving friendships feels so good. It's why being in a mentorship program feels so good, because it becomes a container for your life. You can't cook a pot of soup without a container, right? Holding that beautiful creation that you're making. You, goddess, you are becoming a container for your clients. Therefore, you also require a container to hold you as you blossom into the leader that you're becoming. If you can create a schedule that also allows you that space, then what your system can do is rest into knowing what you should and shouldn't be doing each day of the week. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about how to actually design your schedule so that you know what you're focused on each day. What I recommend that you do is modeled after an incredible story in the book Think and Grow Rich. If you haven't read this book, it's a must read. It's old. It's like many decades ago. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There was a man named Charles Schwab in the 1930s, and he had a steel company, and he noticed that his workers were not being very efficient. Like, they were dropping the ball and taking way too long to get things done, and they were having to pass tasks off from person to person to person to person just to get things done, and they weren't focusing on what they were supposed to be focusing on. So Charles Schwab, being the dreamer that he wanted to be the biggest producer of steel in the country, in the world. But Bethlehem Steel at the time was struggling. So he stumbled upon this productivity expert named Ivy Lee. And he didn't want to hire Ivy Lee, even though Ivy Lee told him, I can help you with this whole productivity thing. Charles Schwab did not want to hire him. So Ivy Lee said, why don't I teach you and your team my #1 tool for efficiency? And you guys can use it for a few months. And you can write me a check for what you think it's worth. And if it's not worth anything, no worries. So I'm about ready to teach you the tool that Ivy Lee taught Charles Schwab. But what I want to tell you first is that after using that tool for 3 months, Charles Schwab wrote Ivy Lee a check for like $25,000, which in today's currency would be worth over $400,000 at least. So this is a very valuable tool, and I have used this exact tool to grow my $1 million company. So here's how it goes. What you've got to do at the end of your workday is forecast for tomorrow, because you see, tomorrow hasn't yet occurred. And especially for women, we have a sense of what can be created tomorrow from a much calmer place when we're sitting in today than when we step in to the chaos that is tomorrow. Can you feel it? So if you do not take the time to think through how tomorrow is going to go, you are losing hours and hours of efficiency out of your schedule. It's just a little ritual, and I use this ritual to close down my day. What are the things that I can do tomorrow to move me forward toward my vision the fastest? Okay, write down that question. What are the 3 to 5 things that I can do tomorrow to move me toward my vision the quickest? This is what Ivy Lee taught Charles Schwab's team. Because what happens is we get caught up in the chaos of tomorrow, and we forget that there's certain things that we could be doing to actually move our business forward. We get on our email, we start checking email, an hour and a half later, we still feel like we haven't done anything. This is because we aren't starting the day in the most high level, high functioning kind of a way. The most successful people on the planet, the CEO of Facebook, right? I heard this incredible talk. The CEO of Facebook uses this exact formula, right? My friend Jeff Walker uses this formula. My friend JJ Virgin is totally organized in this way. You've got to get to the front side. And here's what it looks like. Asking yourself, what are the 3 to 5 things that are the most income producing activities that I could do tomorrow? And then start your day that way. Don't start your day by checking email. Big mistake. Super derailing, right? Start your day focused on following up with potential clients. Start your day focused on making that phone call about that speaking engagement that you're wanting to have happen. The things that you're most afraid to do. Start your day with those things. And what do you think is going to start happening? Think about it. If you start your day with the biggest rocks, the biggest rock activities, rather than going for the pebbles, right? What energy then are you going to be cultivating for your day? Think about it. I'm curious, what do you think? What my clients find is that when they start their day with the most high level, scariest action steps, they get a little shot of adrenaline. And adrenaline is good, isn't it? It moves us forward in our lives. It gives us the energy, the excitement, the passion to say, yes, I'm putting a stake in the ground. I'm saying yes to this business. I'm saying yes to these dreams. And it lets your subconscious know that, yes, you are moving forward. You are not playing small. So start your day following up with potential clients, following up with speaking engagements, following up with referral partners, asking somebody to promote you. It's how I start my day as well. And it gives me so much joy to move through my day knowing that I've already tackled the thing I was most nervous to do. Not only did Charles Schwab write Ivy Lee a check for the equivalent of over $400,000, but Charles Schwab took Bethlehem Steel to become the second largest producer of steel in the world with this one tool. Super exciting, super exciting. And then I want you to write this down, to consider that you're going for completion and not perfection. So goddess, be willing to get it done imperfectly so that you can get these things done and move forward. All right, that brings me to feminine time management, step number 3. And that is that you've got to clump your time. Write this down. You've got to clump your time. So what does that mean? What I mean by that is that you actually clump similar activities during your week, during certain hours of the week, so that you're not switching back and forth from doing a client session to running to the post office to doing another client session to figuring out what words are going to go on your website and then 4 hours later doing another client session. It can take the brain up to 4 times longer to refocus when you get distracted, because there's different spheres of the brain that actually are used for different actions, okay? So what we've got to do is we've got to actually set normal client hours for you. These are the hours where you see clients, even if you don't even have clients yet, right? These are the hours that you work with your clients. For me, it's Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I work with my clients on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And outside of that, I rarely am with a client unless it's an emergency or Oprah or something amazing, right? So what that does for me is it gives me all day Monday and all day Thursday to work on my business rather than in my business. And can you feel the difference? Those of us who have scaled our businesses and my clients that really scale their businesses, they've learned the difference between working in their business and on their business, right? We've got to have time for both. And as you scale, you're going to want to get to the point where you have about almost half your time available to work on your business so that you're not always doing all the tasks within your business. You're going to have to balance that out. And it sure helps to get that first assistant on board. It really, really, really helps to get to the point where you have the clients that allow you to hire the first assistant so that you're not always the only one working in your business, right? Doing everything on Facebook, doing everything, emailing your clients, right? The sooner we can get one barrier of separation between you and your clients, the better, right? We actually want your clients to be hearing from your assistant by email, not you, so that you have an office, you become a professional. You can start managing your time like a professional woman leader, and your assistant can help you with all that correspondence. Are you feeling the energy of this? Because you get to step into this, and it's very exciting. So what I recommend, and here's how I do it, is that you have at least 8 or 10 or 12 or 15 client hours in your week. So if you can, give yourself a couple of days. If you're still transitioning out of a job, give yourself a couple of 4-hour slots where you put all your clients, right? I have clients every year. I have a client right now who's working full-time and starting her business. Okay, we're gonna figure that out. She sees clients Tuesday nights from 6 p.m. till 10 p.m. on Tuesday nights. She's given up Tuesday nights to see her clients, and Saturday mornings. And then she gets that done at the very beginning of the weekend, and then she has the whole rest of the weekend to play. So like 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, she's got client hours, Tuesday nights and Saturday mornings. She works on her business a little bit outside of those hours, but she knows that's when she can see clients. And this is an important mindset shift. Write this down. It's not about you asking your clients when they want to do a session with you. You ask them to fit into your schedule. You send them the times that you have available. You're the mentor. Don't open up your schedule wide open for clients, right? That's not the mindset of leadership. So here's the thing. When she has clients in those slots, she has a client every hour, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and she does one final client at 9 p.m. on the phone. When she has clients, she shows up for them. When she doesn't have clients, she uses that time to just work on finding more clients. Can you feel the energy of that? You've got this time set aside in your week, whether it's 8 hours or 15 hours. And you use that time to see your clients. And if you don't have clients, you do the top 3 to 5 things during that time that you know will get you clients the fastest. You offer free sessions, you book speaking engagements, you follow up with people from networking events, right? Those are your client recruiting hours. And what's going to happen is you start to set this schedule up for yourself, is you're going to feel a sense of safety within your business. And we've got to create that as entrepreneurs, or else we just start feeling like we're kind of like floating around in space, and how's this even going to work, right? So Mondays are, you know, for me, I meet with my team. I work on my website copy. I record videos if I have to on Monday. If I need to record a video, I might do that on Monday. I'm working on my business, not in my business. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I see clients, right? Tuesday late afternoon, I oftentimes have a little slot for productivity there. Thursdays is when I meet with referral partners. Any appointments that are not client related, I'll put on a Thursday. And then Fridays I have off. So can you see how having my week organized in this way allows me to just relax and breathe and be calm, because there's like order, there's structure holding me. Being a free spirit takes great discipline. So here's my last, most hottest tip. And if I had not learned this tip, there's no way I would have gotten to 7 figures. Set your schedule in 90-minute chunks and then take a break. You're taking time to rest. So here's how it works. Set the timer for 90 minutes. Timer, 90 minutes. When that 90-minute mark goes off, whether you're working on website copy, whether you're working on your business, you're marketing yourself, you're working, when that 90-minute timer goes off, unless you're with a client, you take a break. You take a 10 or a 15-minute break. You walk around the block, you get a snack, drink some water. I like to get horizontal with my legs up a wall. Very powerful way to reset the nervous system. Big, long belly breaths that gets us out of the fight or flight response. And then after that 10 or 15-minute break, you will get back to work with even more efficiency. Because what they've found is over that 90-minute amount of time, your efficiency starts dropping. So if you're still working after 90 minutes, guess what's happened to your efficiency? And you don't even know it yet because you've been working. So you can't track the fact that you're not working as efficiently as you were. You're exhausted. You're probably not exhausted, but your efficiency has dropped. Are you tracking with me? So what I recommend you do is I recommend you take that 10 or 15 minute break every 90 minutes. And then when you come back to work, you're going to be able to maintain that efficiency. And the ideal work schedule gives you 3 or maybe 4 90-minute chunks of work time during the day, separated out by breaks and rest. And that's going to actually leave you feeling juiced up at the end of your day so that you're not exhausted by 4 o'clock in the afternoon and reaching for a cup of coffee. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick review. Number 1, don't keep anything in your head. Write it down, play with having a pen to paper time scheduler, and play with actually plugging your to-do list directly into your calendar so that you don't end up walking around with this crazy long to-do list that's like weighing you down. It's this feeling of realizing that you actually have the time in your schedule to do the things you know you need to do. Number 2, set normal work hours and get to the front side of your schedule by really reviewing what tomorrow is going to look like before you shut down your workday today. Number 3, clump your time. Rather than all the crazy multitasking, and I'm not saying you never get to multitask, you can multitask sometimes, but do your best. It never works perfectly, but do your best to clump your time. So you have normal client hours and time to work in your business and then time to work on your business. All right, goddesses, keep supporting each other. We can all do so much more when we work together. We can do so much more when we say yes to that sisterhood. Mwah. Keep shining.
And if you got value from this episode, I invite you to hit the subscribe button so that we can get you weekly business trainings in your inbox to help you grow your impact and your income the women's way. Head over into the Women Rocking Business Sisterhood Facebook group and introduce yourself there, because women go so much further when we go together. Just click the button to subscribe and we will see you on the other side.